Good evening. It's Miss Dolores from Baldwin Borough Public Library. It's hard to believe, but we are on books 5 and 6 for our Picture Book Children's Choice Award. I just want to remind everybody that this program was sponsored by the Allegheny County Library Association. They provided us all of the books for this program. We are on books 5 and 6 tonight, and I'm going to introduce you to the books and to the staff members that are going to be reading you the books this evening. So the first story you're going to hear is Nana Akua Goes to School, and that book is going to be read by our new library director, Miss Anna. So she will be coming to you first. And then our second story is called The President of the Jungle. And that book is going to be read to you by our newest staff member, Miss Ann. So you're going to be seeing Miss Anna and Miss Ann tonight. And we thank them for filming themselves and for reading these stories to you. We hope that you enjoy these stories, and then I'm going to be sharing a link with you, and you can vote on your very favorite of the 6 stories. If you missed some of the stories, you can go back in Facebook and search our playlist under Picture Book Children's Choice. I'll share that link with you also, so you can go back and hear the other stories. And then if you could vote, that would be great. And we're going to be announcing the winner in about three weeks. So I'll put all of those links up and you can go ahead and vote. So thank you for joining in with us. I hope you enjoyed tonight's stories.
Hi everyone, my name is Anna Newborg and I am the director of the Baldwin Borough Public Library. Today I am so excited to join you to read you this wonderful book called Nana Akua Goes to School. I'm so excited to be here with you today. Let's get started. Nana Akua Goes to School by Tricia Elam Walker and April Harrison. It's circle time, Zora's favorite time of day. She scoots to a spot next to Theodore and crisscrosses her legs on the rainbow-shaped rug. Ready, set, Mr. Dawson says, looking at the children over his glasses. You bet, they respond and quiet right down. Next Monday is a very important day, Mr. Dawson continues. Each of you will bring your grandparents to school so they can share what makes them special. Yay, Grandparents' Day, shouts Alejo without raising his hand. My abuelo is the best fisherman in the world, and he can explain how to catch the biggest fish. Bizu thrusts up both hands and says, My Mimi is the best dentist in the world. She can bring everyone a toothbrush. All the children chime in, their voices leaping over each other to tell what's best about their grandparents. Inside voices, please, says Mr. Dawson. What do yours do? Theodore whispers to Zora. But Zora just shrugs. When Zora's papa brings her home from school, Nana Akua, her favorite person in the whole universe, is peeling potatoes for dinner. Although Nana's feet don't reach the floor, she seems as tall as the giant playground slide. Maybe that's because she's filled to the brim with stories about growing up in West Africa, where people carve statues out of wood, trees drip with mangoes, and crayon-colored outdoor markets sell everything you can imagine. Nana puts down the peeler and gives Zora one of her big hugs, the kind that wrap around you like a sweater. Grandparents' Day is next week, she says. Maybe you can help me decide what to talk about. Zora stares down at the floor. Zora's mommy knows about Grandparents' Day too. Her smile is as bright as a sunbeam. How about if Papa plays the djembe drums while Nana talks to your classmates, she suggests, coming over to help Nana. Zora frowns and thinks about the last time she and Nana went to the park. Nana pushed her high to the sky on the swings, and Zora was almost flying. But on their way home, a little boy pointed at Nana, and Zora heard him say to his mother, That lady looks scary. And the very next day, a server in the little tea house stared so hard at Nana, she forgot to bring them sugar cookies with their tea. This is because Nana Akua looks different. When she was young, her parents followed an old African tradition. They put marks on her face to show which tribal family she belongs to, and to represent beauty and confidence. Those marks never wash off and never go away. Zora looks at her Nana, holding back tears that wait in the corners of her eyes. Nana Akua puts down her potato, takes Zora's hand, and says, "My precious girl, why such a sad face?" It feels hard to explain, but Zora wants to try. She swallows and takes a deep breath. "What if someone at school laughs at you or acts mean?" she asks quietly. Nana Akua thinks for a moment. "I have an idea," she says, and puts Zora's arms through hers. Together they walk down the hall to Zora's room. Nana points to the bed. "How about we bring your favorite quilt to class? These quilt patterns come from another long ago tradition. Even though they are not exactly the same as the marks on my face, they can help explain them. What do you think?" Zora traces some of the designs she loves with her fingers. When Nana Akua first made the quilt for Zora, she explained the patterns were Adinkra symbols of the Akan people of Ghana. The symbols represent more than 50 important qualities, like wisdom and creativity. Zora wishes the marks were only on the quilt and not on Nana Akua's face. Still, she says, "Okay, we can bring it." On Grandparents' Day, Zora wears one of her African dresses sewn by Nana. And Nana Akua looks especially regal in her bright patterned kaba with matching skirt and head wrap. There are lots of oohs and ahs when they arrive. The classroom is decorated with a rainbow of balloons that float up to the ceiling. There are large welcome signs made with colored markers. A tall chair is on the rug for the grandparents to sit in when they speak. First, Alejo's abuelo, who passes around photos of the biggest bluefish he ever caught. Next, Bisu's Mimi shows the class a video called Mr. Cavity and the Magic Toothbrush. And then Lester's grandparents, who owned a barber shop for many years, hold up matching clippers. "Anybody need a haircut?" they ask, laughing. Finally, it's Nana Akua's turn. She sits in the special grandparent chair with Zora next to her. Zora clutches her quilt tightly and her voice shakes when she gives her introductions. "This is my Nana Akua, and she is from Ghana, a country in West Africa." Nana Akua squeezes Zora's shoulder and starts talking. "Hello, children. I'm sure you noticed the marks on my face. Has anyone seen anything like them before?" "No," say all the children. "These marks were gifts from my parents who were happy and proud that I was born," she continues. "I am likewise proud to wear them. Most Ghanaian parents don't celebrate in this way anymore, but it was once an important tradition." Zora watches her eyes wide as cups, as Nana Akua walks slowly around the circle so everyone can see her face up close. "It's interesting," she says, "that in my country I often notice people who put tattoos on their body that have special meanings." "Yours are way better than tattoos," Theodore says, "because they grew up with you." Nana Akua smiles. "Why, thank you, young man," she says. "And I brought some special makeup so that each of you can have beautiful African symbols on your faces too. The kind that wash off. My expert helper will hold up her quilt, which shows some of the symbols you can choose from." The other students look at Zora expectantly. She unfolds the quilt with care. "Today I'm going to choose the Bese Saka symbol. It looks like a flower, and my Nana told me it stands for power and unity." Nana Akua paints the symbol onto Zora's cheek in gold, while Zora holds very still. The other children clap when it's all done. Come and choose your favorite symbol, Zora says to them. Alejo, who wants to be a beatboxer, points to the Mudua symbol because he thinks it looks like a keyboard. Nana Akua tells him it means high quality and excellence. Bisu wants to be a veterinarian and picks the Denkim symbol, which is shaped like a crocodile, one of her favorite animals. It stands for cleverness. Peter and Inez decide on the Adwo symbol, which looks like the inside of a sliced apple with two identical halves. Twins like us, Peter says. Nana says the symbol means peace and quiet. Like Mommy and Daddy say, we never give them, Inez shouts. Nana Akua paints and paints until every child has their own design. The other grandparents choose symbols for themselves, too. Zora's face glows as she watches Nana Akua fold up her quilt to go home. And this time, it's Zora who gives her very special, not like anyone else's Nana, one of those big hugs, the kind that wrap around you like a sweater. The end. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me for today's reading. It was such a pleasure to be here with you today. Goodbye.
Hi, everyone. My name's Miss Ann, and today I will be reading The President of the Jungle. This is written and illustrated by 4 people: Andre Rodrigues, Larissa Ribeiro, Paula Desgualdo, and Pedro Markun. The President of the Jungle. Hey, what happened to the river? Uh-oh, that's not good. Lion wanted a swimming pool, so because he was king of the jungle, he rerouted the river to flow into his front yard. Now he had his pool. Well, that's pretty nice. It seems like they're having fun. The other animals were not happy. They missed their river. Lion had gone too far. Maybe he should not be the king of the jungle. It's ridiculous. Lion thinks of only himself. We have no water. My children are thirsty. Let's protest. What if we had a new leader? Uh-oh, poor Lion, he's in trouble. The animals decided to have a demonstration. They marched to the Lion swimming pool to protest. Occupy the jungle. Water is for everyone. Say no to Lion's pool. This king needs to go. Give back our river. Oh. But Lion couldn't care less what they thought. So the animals decided it was time for a new leader. No more kings. Let's be a democracy. Let's hold an election. What's an election? Well, maybe Mr. Owl can explain to us. An election, anyone who wants to be the leader can become a candidate and put together a campaign. Each animal gets to vote for the leader. The candidate who gets the most votes becomes president. Everyone liked the idea, so they drew up the rules for the election. Rules for the election. Rule number 1, we will hold an election every spring. Rule number 2, any animal can be a candidate. Rule number 3, each animal gets a vote. 1 vote. Rule number 4, votes are secret. Rule number 5, the candidate with the most votes wins. Rule number 6, candidates cannot trade gifts for votes. And rule number 7, candidates cannot eat their opponents. Well, that wouldn't be good. Hopefully no one's eating each other. Monkey, sloth, and snake were excited to become candidates. Lion didn't want to be left out, so he became a candidate too. Then the campaigns began. That lion has some nerve. Oh, he does look a little sassy there. Not a good start to a campaign. King of the jungle, vote for lion. VP, which stands for vice president, lioness. My beloved subjects, I descend from a long line of kings. It was my cherished great-great-grandfather who expelled the smelly possums so the rest of us could live in peace. I provided jobs to the animals who diverted the water from the river to build my swimming pool. If something's not broken, do not fix it. For tradition, vote for lion. That's his campaign slogan. I wonder what the other animals want. It's time for change. Monkey, for president. VP, toucan. It's time for lion to go. The king is sneaky and is slippery as a rotten banana peel. He said we could all swim in his pool, and now we can't. Under my leadership, everything will be different, and we will build burrows and homes for everyone. No more lies. Monkey for president. She doesn't just promise, she delivers. Snake for president. Vice president, mouse. I am a popular snake. I grew up in the jungle with all of you. I've crawled through burrows and nests getting to know you. We have faced the great drought together, and we have survived fires and hunters. You know I will be there for you. Vote for snake. Make your vote count. Choose me, sloth for president. Vice president, ladybug. My fellow animals, it's time to plan our future together. I want to hear from all of you. And please don't judge me by my name. I am not lazy. I don't rush because good government doesn't happen overnight. With patience, we will make the jungle a better place for everyone. Vote for sloth. Each candidate got busy trying to convince the voters why they would be the best leader. They went on TV, they took selfies with voters, handed out pamphlets, and discussed issues. They held rallies. Some said wild things about the other candidates. They put up posters and discussed more issues. They had debates to talk about their ideas. Snake, how would you solve the bird traffic jams? Easy. Every bird will be assigned a time to fly. Why don't we ask the birds what they think? Who cares? Just tell those high flyers what to do. And sometimes they just argued. Snake is venomous. Well, nobody's better than me. Lion is selfish. Hey, I didn't finish what I was saying. Finally, election day arrived. The animals lined up to cast their secret votes in the ballot box. There's the ballot box all the way up there. And remember, these votes are secret, so none of these animals will know who each one of them voted for. Al was in charge of counting the votes. Unfortunately, Lion got disqualified for violating rule number 6. He had been giving voters peanuts so they'd choose him. When the votes were added up, the new president was announced. It was Sloth! Oh, look how happy he is. They're all throwing him up in the air. The animals all gathered to hear Sloth's victory speech. In this election, I learned so much from everybody. We each have something to say, and we all should listen. Lion wants to be recognized for all of his work. Monkey wants us to have food and shelter. Snake and I agree we are stronger when we work together. The first thing I will do as president is create a team to help us make the jungle a great place for every animal. And that is the story of how Sloth became the jungle's first president. Of course, not everyone was happy with the election results, so it was a good thing that there would be another election next year. The end. Well, boys and girls, I really hope you enjoyed that book as much as I did. Please come into the library and tell me what you think about it. Did you like who won the election? Who would you have voted for? And just remember, boys and girls, when you get to turn 18, you get to vote for our president of this country, which is really wonderful that we have a democracy, because not every country has that. Not every country gives us the right to vote. So we're very lucky we live where we do. One other thing I wanted to show you guys is at the end of this book, there is a glossary, and it explains all the important election terms you heard throughout this book. So if you'd like to check this book out at your library, make sure you get a good look at each of these vocab words to help you better understand the book. Thank you so much for your time. Take care, stay happy and healthy. Bye.